Hi everyone, welcome back to Wackyholic Chronicles. Today we're going to talk about Bigfoot and the wacky laws of Delaware.
He's fake.
Let's get into this.
Wacky laws of Delaware.
I can't be the only person that didn't realize Delaware was a state, though.
Oh, yeah.
Where the hell's Delaware? Where's it at on the map, Jim?
Northeast.
Up there around New York and
It's one of them teeny tiny ones.
Hmm.
That was like Maryland. It's real small too.
Hmm.
All right. Wacky law number 1. No whispering in church. In Rehoboth Beach, whispering during church services is technically illegal.
Nice. Did you just fucking say that Maryland was a teeny tiny state?
Yeah. Moving on. Why?
It's not the teeny tiniest.
Well, no, it's not the teeniest one. Did you know Maryland was a state? then?
Yeah, because, Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, he knew that one.
Like, what's the capital of Delaware? Oh, you don't know that?
Walla Walla, Washington? I don't know.
My bad. Moving on.
No picnicking on highways. Delaware explicitly forbids picnicking on highways as sandwiches must wait.
Sandwiches must wait.
Yes.
Wait for what?
What is it waiting for?
I guess
Traffic?
traffic to die down.
Okay.
No selling of corpses. Selling or pawning a wheelchair is strictly prohibited in Delaware.
I thought you said corpses.
That's what it says.
But then you said wheelchairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's why it's wacky. I don't know.
So don't sell unalive bodies
Pretty much.
that are also in wheelchairs.
Mm-hmm. Especially wheelchairs.
So if you want to sell the body, you got to get it out of the wheelchair.
I'm guessing.
Nice. Now we know what to do with all those people in the basement.
Nice. Way to go, Zach. No R-rated movies at drive-in. No R-rated or X-rated movies may be shown in drive-in movie theaters in Delaware.
X-rated.
They have a drive-in X-rated?
So that's porn, right?
That would be wild, wouldn't it?
No.
Not really.
Could you imagine coming up into an X-rated drive-in with you in the car next door with the noises you make? I'm good.
Oh.
Oh.
Especially if I'm eating.
Why would you be eating an X-rated?
Get hungry.
He's eating them hot dogs.
I'm just saying. So I gotta bring that back. Because in the movies, sometimes like if you're watching that and they're at like a gentleman's club, and like people's eating at a strip club, like that's weird.
It's usually like spaghetti and shit.
That's
Like
weird.
what the fuck?
Like let me enjoy this clam chowder while I'm like, yeah, here's $1. Like that's weird. That's very. I know, totally off topic, but that's just weird. Like food is the last thing I would think of. Wow, all that's like up in your face.
Yeah. This is information.
Kind of weird, yeah. All right, last but not least, no changing in cars or public restrooms. Changing in a car or public restroom is illegal in Delaware. There you go.
Yeah, there's little weirdos out there. So.
I can understand the car, but public restroom, well, you can go in a stall.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of weird.
Give me just a second. Continue.
But yeah,
Eric has left the building.
that's right.
He's left us. Is that it for Delaware?
That's it. There's only 5. Delaware.
Delaware. That's weird. Look it up. I need to know what the capital of Delaware is. Now I'm confused.
Goodness gracious.
I'm just saying, intriguing minds. What did you forget?
Dover, Delaware.
Dover.
I forget anything. I just got a message that said that Julia wasn't present today when attendance was taken, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I just wanted to make sure she was in there sleeping.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's a little scary.
usually Katie tells me that if someone's staying home, but she didn't. Anyway,
That's good.
so that was it for Delaware.
That's it.
Yeah, Delaware's kind of boring.
Delaware.
Do better, Delaware.
Delaware.
Dover, Delaware is the
Dover.
capital.
Dover, Delaware.
I wonder if Ben lives there.
Too.
You would wonder.
Mm.
Anyway, so moving on and into the topic.
Oh,
of
okay.
the
So
day.
we're getting into the fiction portion of
Fiction. Okay.
getting into the fiction portion of the show.
So
I'm ready for this. Ready for your fiction,
Jim, what
fantasy fiction.
do you have anything to start off with?
I for sure have, in real life have seen a Bigfoot imprint in the creek.
Oh, I
bed.
thought he was titled. Yeah, you seen Bigfoot. You looked in the mirror. It's called a razor.
Anyway, it was this big. And since then, I've been a believer. And I was like 6, 7 years old. It was huge.
So well then let's start this off. Zach, why do you think that it is not real?
It's just I don't really have any solid proof. It's just the fact of that there's this massive ape-style man that's roaming in the woods, and nobody has gotten hard, concrete proof that he's real.
I mean,
All the expert hunters in the world that we have, nobody over these years have ever caught one. Not once. Not even a dead one. Oh, my bad. An unalived one. Sorry, YouTube.
okay, so I will give Zach some credit on that. I will say that it is kind of weird that no one has produced a body of one.
Yeah.
So that can go on the process of like, is it that intelligent that it knows to bury its past ones, or like,
Maybe they eat them.
or they're cannibals and they eat their dead.
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever.
And then the one people that go missing in the woods, that's really who's taking them.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh, hey, so yeah, the national parks. Like a lot of people go missing
Yeah.
around national parks in the U.S.
I just figure
Like-
it's crazy people.
Like, what's up with that? But anyway, that's a tale for another episode. But so we can go on to I am on the database of the Bigfoots.
There's a Bigfoot database.
Yeah,
Oh.
it has.
Now, what is that? Like, how do you get to this database?
You can go. Just Google Bigfoot evidence. Anyway,
Oh.
you can go. And it lists every state. It lists the number of sightings in that state, and the most recent report when it was uploaded, and when something was last posted on that state.
Is
for that
Missouri in
stuff.
there?
Missouri, yeah, dude. There's like every fucking state in here.
How many
Missouri.
sightings in Missouri?
Missouri, listing 168.
105 of them was there, probably drunk in the woods.
The one with the most. Fuck, Illinois got 305.
Okay, but so to go back to my statement,
Uh huh.
so there's that many sightings in every single one of our states in America,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody ever has gotten an actual body. You go down south, all them people with guns, not anybody.
So the state with the most sightings is Washington with 731, and that's just in the United States. You also
Like
have Canada.
Washington, like so Washington, like Seattle.
Washington State, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then you also have Canada
Okay.
that has listings and international reports. So Russia, Himalayan region, Malaysia, Australia, China, Indonesia, all those places too.
So yeah, okay, so all over the world,
Yeah.
all these sightings,
Yep.
and nobody can have a body.
Like I said, they could bury their own or they eat them. I mean, if it's living out in the wilderness, then obviously it has shelter in like caves. Was that you?
Yeah, that was
Weird.
weird.
So
My throat made a noise.
And like say in the cave, if they bury their dead, then they're buried in the cave. No one goes digging in a cave. They go cave diving, and the light isn't so well in there. So I mean, if it could just look like a big pile of moss laying off to the side. I don't know, but Mr. Whistle
nostrils. So okay, well, it's like the thing is, so we're saying that Bigfoot lives in caves.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying
this is all speculation.
Out in the this is
okay.
my own opinions. Like lives out in the wilderness, away from civilization, doing his own thing. Obviously, doesn't build shelter, so take shelter elsewhere, which would be in a cave. Which Missouri, Illinois, there's caves everywhere.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could see it just living in caves.
I also think it's intelligent enough to stay away from
Civilization
during hunting season. And it sits back and it sees the patterns of man,
just
of
like
humans, what we do, and it learns what to do, what not to do, when to do it. That's why I'm thinking. That's why nobody's ever shot one.
So then, therefore, that could be where it goes, and that is the missing link between ape. If you go by Darwinism, if that is the missing link between ape and man, is Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever you want to call them, and intelligent, upright like us, but looks more ape.
Or it's just a man that grew up in the wilderness with no people. Never learned English.
It'd be more than just one, bro, because there's a fuck ton.
Well, maybe he likes to. Maybe he's like Forrest Gump. He just kept running.
More than one. This is a whole family.
Oh, okay.
Like generations.
So it could be a whole generation. I've seen Hills Have Eyes. I'm just saying.
Ooh.
Because so like the thing so I know it's off topic, but like with aliens it's more believable because there's so much of space that we haven't even we're not even able to travel to.
Yeah.
And aliens are supposed to be able to be light years ahead of all of our technology, so travel wise they can go anywhere.
And then there's also the thought process that the aliens technically are us from the future into time traveling.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so with Bigfoot, it is a person that lives on Earth in what we live in, but like out in the wilderness. And today's world, and nothing. Just sightings, and it's not even full sightings. It's a glimpse or a footprint.
No. You gotta look up some videos, bro.
Yeah, there's a 1968.
Like some legit videos.
Legit videos. I mean, you can't. I mean, with the day and age with AI and all that shit, I mean, you can't really trust everything you see. But I'm just saying, there's legit videos. And it's usually at night, which is the hard part. But there is a lot of... Bitch, if I know motherfuckers are trying to kill me, I'm going to come out at night. I'm just saying.
But like, so in the videos, though, it's never like, oh my God, that's Bigfoot. That's fucking Bigfoot.
No.
It's just like...
It's like, what the fuck?
What's that?
And they zoom in. One was out in the middle of fucking nowhere out in a field, and there's the tree line. And dude, I don't know what he was doing. He was just going out in his backyard. I think it was recording birds or some shit. And then you just seen, like, way over here, you seen movement. And then he moves his camera over and zooms in. And you just kind of see this. It's a camera. So you zoom. It's shitty. But you can tell it's furry. And it moves.
Well, maybe they're wearing a coat.
And it's still as shit. It just stays super still. And then when the guy starts walking towards it, it's when it goes back into the woods.
So, like, what kind of evidence is there of, like, because I'm assuming they have a profile of it by now, after all these years. Because, I mean, Bigfoot's been around for the history.
Mid-20th century.
Right. So, how tall do they think it is?
They say up to 10 feet.
I thought it was like 8.
8 to 10 feet.
So,
8 to 10.
Taller than your most average human.
Yes.
No, taller than
But not the tallest of anything ever recorded. I mean, there's been humans that are fucking 7.5, 8, 9 feet tall.
So a very large human-like thing walking through the...
Yes. I'm saying just keep your imagination open. I wouldn't say just close it off and say it's not real. I would just say keep it open. If you can keep your imagination open and your thought process open towards extraterrestrials and all that, I mean, you should be able to do that with Bigfoot. it's not that I 100% know he's 100% real. It's not that. It's I want to believe.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Like Bigfoot's real, leprechauns are real.
Leprechauns are real, bitch.
I
one works at Walmart.
Me?
No,
Oh,
I think his name is Riley.
oh, he does. Yeah, he does kind of look.
Oh, Lucky
They're
Charms, they're
magically delicious.
Walking around with a fucking shillelagh and shit.
But yeah, no. I don't know. Like, if you think about it though, because like with me being Irish and Scottish, I've looked into a lot of folklore with that kind of stuff, and like so that needs to be an episode.
They will be
Okay.
like the banshees and shit.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, we'll
So
go
like,
that way.
yeah, like I want to believe that there's that realm that we cannot see, because over the years we just kind of got blurred out to us. But if people that get in tune with where they're from and shit, like you should be able to see into that realm. That's cool.
Which with like your third eye,
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
And then if the conspiracy behind that is the fluoride calcifies that, so it shuts you off from that bullshit, which is why we push fluoride in a bunch of our water and our fucking toothpaste and all that, because the government wants to shut you off from that, disconnect you from that spiritual realm to keep you fucking grounded here, so they can control you. Anyway. There's going to be thousands of episodes on here. I'm just saying, and it's going to be great. And we're going to transition this. By the time that WTF takes off, hopefully we'll have a good intro, and we'll have the lighting a little different, and make it more creepy. But yes, with the Irish folklore and all that stuff, I would love to dabble.
Because have you ever watched any of the documentaries on I think it's called like Destination Wherever, and it's got the same dude, and he goes with a group of people, and they go over to Scotland and Ireland, and they.
So I used to watch Destination America all the time. It's a network, and that's where I used to watch a haunting. But on there as well, they had a lot of it was folklore or something.
Yeah, and it's got is it the dude, like the older dude, kind of the grayish hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like a girl with him, and then another dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the one I watched, and I was like, that's kind of cool.
But yeah, it's good shit, and we're gonna take this every aspect, every religion, every belief system, all civilizations throughout history, with like Native Americans, like the Navajo with skinwalkers and all that. We're going everywhere.
See, skinwalkers are creepy.
That is
Wendigos.
Yes, Wendigos.
So like I don't know, because like you said, AI has ruined so much that it's hard to believe what's real.
Yeah.
Some of them skinwalker videos you see on TikTok,
Bro.
it gives me nightmares. Like I'll be at home at night, and I'll be I'm a night person.
Yeah.
I try to stay on my night schedule. I'll be flicking through, and all of a sudden it'll be like, skinwalkers are among us, and it's like someone's at the back door, and like they're like, that's not my dog, and like they'll turn their phone, and the dog's right next to them, and then they see the dog through the thing. I'm like,
Yeah, dude, that shit gives me the doop doop.
Yep. Or like they got like the cameras where someone's trying to get the back door, and they got it on camera, and like all of a sudden they're knocking and banging, they can't get through, and so they back up and they start walking around, and they morph into a dog. I was like, yeah, nope. Every time I watch it, I look at Nova, and I'm just like, you better be who you say you are.
Well, it's like that one that she claimed that it was a skinwalker with her dog. She was calling the dog. It's like, that's not my dog. Because the dog wasn't moving. They closed up on the dog, and his eyes were pure black.
Yeah. So,
like,
okay,
ooh.
here you go. Just on another
black.
thing. So what if, with Bigfoot, what if Bigfoot's a skinwalker?
Could
That's
be.
a possibility.
Because see, if it was, say, that would be another reason why nobody's found it. So say Bigfoot's a skinwalker. Eventually, like say, he runs into people.
Yeah.
If you're a skinwalker, you want to turn into something that is relatable, and people are like, oh, wow, that's cool. Transform into a deer, a fox, anything. Because it's not constrained to size-wise. A skinwalker can turn.
Yeah.
I've seen videos where people allegedly it's a horse that turns into a person, or a horse that turns into a dog.
Now that you mention that, Patterson Gimlin, the one that filmed the 68 sighting of Bigfoot, Patterson became interested in Bigfoot in 1959. So, while they're out filming,
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It changes.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Morphs.
more so,
Well, I'm
whatever.
saying, though,
But like the close up on that face, that's no makeup.
That'd be a
that's
good reason though, because out of all these years, centuries, right?
It would make sense, yeah.
That it would be a skinwalker, because then, say it's going through the woods, like at one of them places, and then there's like, oh, there's people. Now I'm a deer, and then it prances along through, or something even more scarier, because say they're doing that, transform into a bear.
Yeah.
You see a bear, what are you gonna do?
Run.
Get the fuck out of there.
So you could technically say that what people have turned in and all this other stuff and the sightings of Bigfoot is actually the skinwalker's true form. And
Right.
Then
And then
I could get behind that.
you know, I can believe that.
So going into one of the reports, because it was close to home in Cape Girardeau, Missouri,
Really?
Cape County, in 2014, in spring, around June 7th. My location's very rural area. I live on several hundred acres near the Lake Girardeau conservation area.
Okay.
Nearest town is Crump, Missouri.
I don't know where that's at. I guess that's south.
Nearest road omitted, so they didn't want to submit
Yeah.
that, I guess. Observed. I've heard wood knocks, whistles, growls, thumps in the timber behind my house. As a hunter and veteran, I'm not sure what is making these sounds. Other witnesses is my stepdaughter. A few stories out of a campground that is several miles away from my residence. That's other stories that kind of coincide around what he's heard. Time and conditions. The whistle and knocks have been at night. The stomping around and growls were in the afternoon. So, holy shit. Dude, this is a great website. Anyway, follow-up investigation reported by BFRO investigator Chris Callahan. Spoke with witness by phone. In summary, the sounds were heard from the residence itself, which is surrounded by timber. The wood knocks were stressed as being more like thumps and occurred several times during a 1.5 week and a half period, always around 1 a.m. in very calm weather. The growls were heard twice and were deep, throbbing, and made your chest vibrate. The dogs retreated back to the house upon hearing the growls. This happened around 5 p.m., each time with calm weather for both events. Immediately before the growls were heard, all wildlife ceased making noise and the dead zone started. Prior to hearing the growls, possible stomping and stick breaks were heard, but nothing was seen.
It's like, so did they do any
cool.
like out in the woods investigations?
Oh, I have no idea. This
Oh.
is just reports.
Well, the way it sounds, I'd probably be afraid to go out there and investigate.
Not me.
And that is why you're that weird white person in the movie that dies.
Or I come back for the sequel.
So, you got Butler County. It's over there by Poplar Bluff.
Yeah,
You got Boone, Bollinger. You got Bollinger County.
that's
Bollinger.
like right here.
Bollinger County, yeah.
There's one report, July 2012. So the report is 2 boys witnessed a tree pushed into the river by a human-like being while fishing near Grassy.
Never heard of it.
I'll click into it. Summer of 2012, July 27th. Location details. We own a cabin at this campground where this took place. We'd rather not have our names on this. Grassy, Missouri is the nearest town.
I've never heard of Grassy.
The nearest road is intersection of Highway 34 and Y.
Why is that way?
Okay.
So, this is pretty decent. Here we go. While at our cabin at Castor River in Bollinger County, Missouri, our 14-year-old son and his friend witnessed what they said appeared to be a 7 to 8 foot tall human-like creature knock down a dead tree across the river in their direction. My wife and I were at the spot the day before, and the tree wasn't there. When we went the next morning, we seen it in the river. It then landed in the water and stood there. It started towards them, and they ran back to our cabin. Before this happened, they heard rocks or something being thrown into the water. This occurred about 10 or 11 at night while the boys were in the river gigging, which is knee to waist deep. These boys are all boy and... Oh, okay. These boys are all boy and spend nights out in tents at the river and woods. This night they were extremely upset and scared and wouldn't stay in the tent. They wanted to leave that night and come home. I don't know what they seen, but I don't think they are making this up. They were truly scared.
To me, so 7, 8 feet tall, not very tall. So it could have possibly been a young one.
7,
really
8
know.
feet tall, not very tall.
Well, now it's up to 10 feet. Yeah, think about it. I'm thinking it could have been a young one, and it's seen children. So, like going towards them, not to hurt them, it's kind of curious. Would be my
Okay.
take on that.
Follow-up investigation by Carter Bouchard. I spoke with the young man and his father, both very familiar with the woods and all animals residing there. In that they are familiar, there is virtually nothing they are afraid of. The young 14-year-old son relived the events. I will add here, some of what was mentioned in the original report, as well as some following items remembered as he relived the events. The tree pushed over into the river was 20 to 25 feet tall.
Damn.
Their attention was drawn to the area of the tree due to some splashing, rocks or objects being thrown into the river. As they shined their flashlights at the area, they saw the creature riding the tree down as it crashed into the river, like riding a surfboard. That's pretty cool. Anyway, the river was about 40 foot wide, and the tree covered at least half the width of the river. They then heard something walking or moving in the river. The river was about 5.5 to 6 feet deep. At that point, they shined their small flashlights in the direction of the sound and saw something moving from the base of the tree across the river at a diagonal direction away from them.
Away from them.
They saw a silhouette and arm swinging movement and an upright creature that was blackish. It was dark. Moving upstream away from them in front of them. At that point, they left in a big hurry. These are boys who are quite familiar with the woods and pretty much scared of nothing. Scared of nothing they have seen, and been in the presence of bears. And this was not a bear.
I'd shit my pants.
When they went back the next morning, they saw the tree, and there were large scratches on the tree. As stated in the original report, they had been to the exact spot the day before, and the tree was not in the water.
Well, wouldn't it just keep going down the creek?
No. The day before. So the tree wasn't in the water, and the tree wasn't around. It was a dead tree, so apparently, like, it brought the tree with it and surfed it down into the water.
That's kind of weird.
That's what I was saying. That was pretty cool. That was
Like,
pretty
you know what
badass.
that makes me think of? Like, what is it? Teen Wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah, where he's all in wolf form and he's cruising down the road.
Oh, dude. There's 2 Pemiscot counties.
Okay.
So it was walking away from them, not towards them. Okay.
Right. Well, because like if you think every time there's evidence, it's never coming towards somebody. It's always trying to get away.
Scared.
Okay, so this is in the 60s.
So we went way back.
Okay, so the summer of 1960, August, in Missouri, Pemiscot County. Location details. The house into which we had just moved was about 3 to 4 miles south of Caruthersville. Nearest town, Caruthersville. The house was on Highway 100. Was on a highway 100 meters west of Caruthersville. Anyway, I was sitting on the front porch of the house into which my family had just moved. The porch faced the state highway, which is about 100 meters to the east. The dirt road from the highway to the house was lined to the south with trees. The house into which we had just moved seemed quite old. However, between our house and the highway, there was a ranch-style brick house toward the north of the dirt road. 50 meters to the south of our house stood a barn with a hog pen in front. The house had a full flat porch facing the east with 4 pillars, 3 steps to the ground, and no rail. My 6-year-old sister was closest to the barn. My 4-year-old brother was sitting on the steps. I was standing next to the steps toward the north. I heard my sister scream and start crying. I looked to the barn as a large creature stood there. It stood a foot taller than the opening of the barn door. It turned toward the east, its right, and taking long strides, stepped easily over the hog pen fence. When it got to the corner of the barn, it looked south, then turned to walk west. My mom came out of the house and told us to stay out of the barn. Later that day, that was Mom's boyfriend. Later that day, I was over by the barn and saw the large footprints replete with toe marks. Over the remaining time we lived in that house, through the next spring, we heard loud noises at times coming from the metal grain silos to the west of the barn, though we never saw the creature again.
That's crazy, though. So, I think you said the 60s.
60s.
So that's before any type of internet stuff.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, so you go back in the 60s, the description that they gave has pretty much been the same style description as all of the newer ones. That was, 2014?
There's some 2025s in here, bro.
I'm just saying, though, so, it kind of helps your argument thing is the description never changes.
Yeah.
It's usually within a certain size.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Okay.
It lit up. But, my bad. So, it's between the certain size.
Yeah.
And the appearance has basically been the same from the 60s till now. And it's always going away from people. It's never going towards somebody.
Yeah.
So it never attacks. So maybe the Harry and the Hendersons got it right. The Bigfoot is friendly.
Yeah. My other question is, are the sightings getting less as the year? There we go.
My bad. Yeah, totally. That was weird. Audio cut.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on. I'm going to read the follow-up report now.
Yeah. Because my biggest thing, though, especially with it being in the 60s, that's before social media. So there is no, messing with it.
Okay.
Unless, they're saying it was from the 60s, but it really wasn't from the 60s.
So this is from the investigator Tony Gerard or Gerald, whatever. Anyway, I spoke with a witness by phone. He is a retired career military man, former 82nd Airborne.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He said the property had been abandoned for some time before they moved in. The sighting lasted approximately 1 to 2 minutes and was from a distance of about 75 yards. The creature was massively built and over 7 feet tall. Its arms seemed to hang almost to knee length. When he first saw the creature, it was somewhat stooped as it had just exited the barn. When it walked away, it did so in a human manner, but with a forward leaning, like someone who had lower back problems. This should not be misinterpreted as the creature being crippled, as the witness also described its walking motion as fluid. The creature was hair covered. The hair was dark, almost black, but with a somewhat greenish tint. In a later email, the witness expounded on this coloring. A friend of mine uses that Grecian formula stuff on his hair. His hair color isn't exactly black, but has a greenish color to it. His hair is the same color as the fellow we saw coming from out of the barn. The face was oval in shape, flat and somewhat dark, like a well-tanned man. It was lighter in color than the fur. The face didn't have a lot of fur on it. It was mostly skin. I could tell the face had a lot of wrinkles. The head seemed kind of small for his size. The tracks found later, long and broad with 5 toes. The barn had a hayloft in it. Looked like someone could have been sleeping in it. As the year went into winter, you could hear banging sounds and sometimes howls, not like a dog or a coyote, but more high-pitched and piercing. The witness's mother also saw the creature, but she refused to talk about it. The witness's mother and sister are still disturbed by talking about the sighting and did not wish to be interviewed.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah, a little bit.
So what about, you said there's some from like sightings for 2025?
Yeah. Let's see where this is. Anybody know Hornersville?
No.
Oh, yeah. That's down south.
Horners?
That's down bottom of the boot kind of thing.
And when was this?
This is 1961 to 1962.
Oh.
2 miles west of Sunrise Corner, just across the railroad tracks. In the fall of the year 1961 to 1962, I was out behind our house in the field. It was just before dark. I was throwing dirt clods up in the air and in front of bats flying around, and they would chase it till it would almost hit the ground. My dog was with me, and it was night. Oh, it was right at dark. Now, we went over to the barn that was no longer used and had tall weeds growing all around it. I had noticed that he was going back and forth along the weeds and then started to inch his way in. Then I heard him starting to bark very fearfully. Then it turned into the noise he makes when he is very scared. I stopped what I was doing and started walking over to where he was. He came running out toward me very fast, and then I saw why. Right behind him was the biggest thing I have ever saw. I stopped in my tracks. Then he saw me and did the same. We were looking right at each other, eye to eye, no more than 10 feet from each other. My dog stopped right behind me and began his barking again at this very tall thing that had hair from toe to head. It was a very dark brown. I could see his very huge hands and long fingers. I turned very fast and ran to the house. I told my folks. They did not believe a word of it. Since then, I've only told very few friends and my family. We lived in the Boot Hill of Missouri. There was nothing around us but farmland, waterways, and deep woods. Not any houses were located in the south or the west of us, and only one to the north for many miles. Oh, shit. All right, you want to follow up?
Is it a lot?
It's pretty good.
All right.
All right. I spoke to the witness and found... Okay, this is from investigator G.E. Stade. I spoke to the witness and found him to be credible and sincere. The witness had the following additional information to add. He was between the ages of 7 and 9 years old at the time of the sighting. The witness didn't get a very long look at the creature because, being very scared by the incident, he immediately ran away to the safety of his house, located approximately 30 yards from the location of the encounter. Prior to the witness's retreat, the creature approached to within 6 to 10 feet of the witness. It was close enough it could have easily injured the witness if it wanted to, but made no attempt to do so. The witness said that he no longer fears the creature as he did at the time of the sighting, having realized after the fact that it meant him no harm. In recalling the encounter, the witness repeatedly returned to his observation of the creature's hands, which hung at and in front of the creature's waist during his observation. Asked why the hands, the witness said he just thinks that the hands were what he primarily looked at during the brief time of his sighting. I would have interject that this may be because its hands were more directly within the witness's line of sight, eye level, during the encounter. The witness described the creature he saw as being a little over 7 feet tall, wide, and weighing over 400 pounds. He has never seen a human man as big as the creature he saw. It had very dark brownish, nearly black, bushy hair, not fur, covering his body and part of his face. He recalls that the creature acted and looked confused. The witness doesn't remember specifically noticing if the creature was a male or female, but believes it to have been a male and refers to it as he. The witness can't remember any unusual smells during the encounter because he was so scared. Witness described the creature as not completely animal, but also not completely human in its actions and appearance. The time of year was fall, and the sighting occurred just around dusk as the bats were coming out for the night. The witness recalls hearing unidentifiable animals' screams and vocalizations on occasion while living in the house where the encounter occurred.
Hell, a follow-up.
Let's see. What's the oldest we got? This is just Missouri that I'm looking at right now. But the oldest, 67, 20, 16, 89, 12, 90, 18, 4, 86, 2000, 82, 76, 12, 94, 98, 16, 12, 17, 1. So it would have been the ones in Pemiscot County, the ones I just read.
Those are the oldest.
Those were the oldest.
And those were back in what you said, the 60s?
61, 62. I mean, if you want, I can go and most recent, holy shit, was August 2025 in Butler County.
Oh, wow.
That's Poplar Bluff.
That's pretty close.
Yeah. Summer, August 20th, 2025, Butler County. Nearest town was Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Nearest road, County Road 448. Okay. Observed. Holy balls.
Is it spoken in New Day language?
What's that on?
Nice. Ooh, we got pictures.
Yeah.
Can you use those pictures?
I don't know. That's weird. Unidentified tall hairy creature in creek on right. 6 foot tall human for scale. Damn. That's
I can't see the picture. Let me see the picture.
hairy creature. 6 foot tall human.
That's a lot bigger than 6 foot.
It's fucking massive.
I was like, I can't really tell. You can't really. I can't tell that it looks like.
You have to get close
Yeah,
to
you'd
it.
have to
Yeah.
get close because there's the head. It looks like he's. That's a wiener.
You would be looking at it.
I'm just saying, I don't know what the hell that is.
It
Who
looks
the
like,
fuck-
I'm telling you, look at that Patterson film and you'll see how big he is.
Anyway.
He's huge.
All right, so, God. All right. I'd like to show a photo I have that one of my game cameras took on Wednesday, August 20th, 2025 at 12:30 p.m. I live in Poplar Bluff, Missouri, about 15 miles west of town. The photo shows what looks to me like a Bigfoot. That's the only way I know to describe it. I was alerted via my iPhone that my camera had taken a picture because motion was detected. As soon as I pulled up the image to see what I had triggered, I was immediately curious because I could see something huge standing in the middle of the creek. I quickly went to show my wife, who I was eating lunch with at the time. She agreed it looked like something huge, but she couldn't make out quite what I could see, what it could be. I loaded up the live view option of this camera since it was cellular capabilities. By the time it had pulled up the live view of the creek approximately 10 to 15 seconds later, the creature was already gone. It was no longer in frame. I had to go back to work after lunch until 5 that afternoon. After work, I called my brother and told him to meet me, and we would go down by the creek and try to see what this was. When we got down there, we started looking for footprints and found none on the banks. Whatever it was appeared to have stayed in the water the entire time. Unfortunately, the creek bottom in this area is extremely coarse and has nothing but fist-sized creek gravel, so the ability to see any type of footprint was very difficult. The water this time of year is about waist to ankle deep that flows at a pretty quick pace. I had my brother stand where the creature was standing, and I tried to replicate the image of him, at which point we realized the creature was several feet taller than my brother, who is 6 foot tall. My brother's head didn't even cover half the background that this thing covered in the original picture. It was much, much taller and at least 2 or 3 times wider than my brother. We see deer out on the farm all the time, but we knew this was not a deer for obvious size reasons. This thing appears to be facing the camera, standing up on 2 legs. Just to make sure we did our investigation due diligence, we went out about 2 days later and took another picture of my brother standing in the same spot, but this time we took it with the game cam itself instead of my iPhone, and at the same time of day. The images are similar, same camera from the same angle on different day. The water level was a few inches lower, but otherwise the conditions and lighting were basically the same. This thing was still several feet taller than my brother. I set up this cellular trail camera so I could easily check the water level of creek through my phone app, but the camera can detect motion also. It has only ever detected motion and taken photos when the small branches and leaves right in front of it triggered it when blowing in the breeze. There were several images sent that day that were triggered by the blowing leaves. The creature happened to be in the creek when the camera was triggered by the leaves at this moment. The creature was approximately 100 feet away from the camera, which is too far to trigger. I normally do not pay too much attention to the notifications from this camera because the purpose of it is to look out over the creek so I can see if the creek is flooding during rainstorms, in which case I could quickly return home to drag my kayaks and camping gear up away from the creek itself.
That's a mouthful.
The camera is far enough away from the creek banks that no animals have ever triggered it simply by walking in the water or on the sides of the creek. The camera sits on the north end of our 700-acre family farm. This property is totally private, and there is no access to the creek area unless you walk about 3/4 of a mile through the woods from the county road I live on. We've owned the property since the mid-'80s and have never had any issues with trespassers down in this area. For one, this particular area is extremely secluded and difficult to get to. It's also completely fenced off, and I have no trespassing signs everywhere out here. We scoured the banks up and down the creek several hundred yards both directions, but could not tell where it had left the waterway. We have heard stories over the years from several people of this direction that they have seen what appeared to be a Bigfoot. I have always been generally curious, but never pursued the validity. You know what I'm trying to say? Of these statements, myself, because it was just never on my radar until it showed up accidentally on a game cam that was set up for the purpose of checking creek water levels. The camera had been down there about 3 to 4 weeks. We had lost a kayak earlier in the summer and realized we needed a way to be able to tell when the water was rising, so we could remove the kayaks ahead of time. The camera is so far down away from anything that it only has 1 bar of cellular service. Therefore, it will only send standard definition pictures of anything rather than high def. If I had a memory card in it at the time, I could have had it save those images in high resolution, but that was never my goal. I wasn't trying to see deer antlers or turkey or anything like that, so standard low definition images worked just fine for me simply looking at water levels. This dude's writing a book.
Well,
this creature is several feet taller than my 6-foot brother, as well as 2 or 3 times wider. It's colored brown and black. It is standing on 2 legs, has 2 arms, and appeared to be walking towards the camera. I believe it's a Bigfoot. Also noticed, we have heard howls in this area of the farm for years, but have never really thought much of it until now. I always assumed it was maybe coyotes. This creek is down at the base of a big hill and has a flat area next to it that we call Hidden Valley. Other witnesses, no face-to-face witnesses, just the image captured by the game camera, myself, blah, 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 other stories. After I started asking around, I found that several other people from over the years had also had strange occurrences like this or had actually seen what they believed to be a Bigfoot. Time of day was 12:30 p.m. It was bright and sunny outside. Environment, it's a creek bottom, woods on either side of the creek with very, very thick vegetation, shallow water, year-round unless it's rainy and flooded. Then you got the photo, and yeah.
Do they have any like blown up photos of it?
I mean, not like nothing, but this.
And that's supposed to be what it is right there.
Yeah, that one is, and then that one's his brother.
Okay, hang on. I gotta get closer because I gotta see this.
Moving on. I think that one's his brother. If you scroll up.
Ow. Okay.
Whoa. I so wish you could zoom in. I mean, it still kind of looks like a person to me.
Well, yeah.
That's the thing.
He just looks like some dude dressed in camouflage. Walking down the creek bed.
Like a ghillie suit?
Yeah, like a ghillie suit.
That's one hell of a tall dude.
Yeah, because the guy that you seen for reference
Oh, it was 6
was
foot.
6 foot tall.
Oh, yeah, no, this
That's a
dude's wide.
6 foot human being.
Yeah.
That is like
Way bigger
massive.
and wider.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of creepy.
I'm telling you, he's out there. I tell you what, if you can afford it, you got woods.
So you'll have to see if you can steal that photo.
Eric, we need to put some game cameras out here.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know, because that, I mean, to me, granted, I mean, that would be a big band, but like, at a glance, like, it does look like the whole, someone dressed in like a full kind of ghillie hunting suit.
Yeah.
But I mean, the size is hard to argue, be like, I mean, that's too big to be a person.
What county was it that you lived in Illinois?
Oh, hell, I don't know.
Where'd you live at?
Huh?
Where did you live at in Illinois?
Bro, I don't remember. Like, what do you mean?
What towns
What
did
town
you live in?
did you live in?
Oh, it's Hancock County.
Hancock County?
Yeah. It took me a minute. I was like,
There's two.
2 in Hancock County?
2000 and 2001.
I didn't live there either one.
You know where Webster is?
No.
No. All right, I'll just back out of that. Oh, anyway. Let's go. Pick a state.
Any state.
Pick one. Anyone.
Go close to the mountains. Somewhere up by the mountains.
Jim, where are the mountains?
Mountains for what?
Well, you do.
Just the mountain.
Colorado's got mountains.
Colorado, we'll go
You
Colorado.
got Appalachian Mountains. You've
Yeah.
got
Yeah, where's the
Ozark-
Appalachians? Where's
You
the
got Ozark Mountains.
Where's
here
the
in-
Appalachian Mountains? Where's the Appalachians? Virginia.
I think so.
Probably sounds right.
West Virginia.
Mountain Mama.
Mama, take me home.
I need to know like a county out there.
Central. It's from Newfoundland in Canada to Central Alabama in the United States.
He needs to know.
I need to know a county out in West Virginia. That's like right up on the mountains. Is it going to be Pendleton? Or fucking Wayne? Probably Pendleton. I'm just clicking Pendleton for now.
We have 55 counties. All right, so you got Bibb, Blount, Calhoun, Chambers.
July 2006. Edited for privacy. State Route 16. Observed, my grandma went to my uncle's house in North Carolina for 2 weeks, so my wife and I said we would feed her dog and keep check on her house. While we was away, we only lived about 3/4 of a mile from her house. Well, my wife and daughter went over to feed the dog. My wife was on the back porch. My daughter ran around the house after the dog. As soon as she got out of sight, my wife heard her scream and come running back. My wife run to her and heard something going through the bush. My wife asked her what happened. My daughter said, a monkey growled at her.
A monkey.
And ran to the woods. Later she said it was a little one with its mom. I don't know what it was, but my daughter was really scared. We lived in a wooded area. She has seen bears and a lot of other animals, and she said it looked like a monkey. Other stories. I myself, about 5 years ago, was riding a four-wheeler in a big snow and saw big footprints in the snow going across a field. The snow was about 8 inches deep. Nothing was disturbed around the prints, but I could not jump from one print to the other. Damn. Was he like fucking 3 foot tall?
My thing though, if the snow was 8 feet, you said 8 feet deep?
8 inches.
Oh, 8 inches. Okay. I thought you said 8 feet.
No.
It's like 8 feet deep. How the hell you gonna know it's a print, like a footprint? It'd be deep.
Yeah.
You just see a hole.
I'm gonna go back to Missouri real quick.
Yeah, keep it local. For us at least.
Let's see. Jim, give me a county in Missouri.
Well, there was one in St. Charles.
Okay, well, St. Charles County.
St. Charles County.
Well,
All right, we got one in 1976.
it's an older one.
It was the summer of 1976, August 1st. St. Charles side of the Missouri River above the St. Louis Water Department. Oh, okay.
Jim knows where that's at.
The nearest road's Highway 40.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So my husband and I were jugging.
What is that?
Jugging?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that is.
On the Mississippi River.
That's got to be a fishing thing.
We
Yeah.
had the jugs all set out and was floating down behind them when we saw something big and hairy on the bank, getting a drink. At first, we could not see it that well, but the closer we got, the better we could see it. It stood up on 2 legs and looked around for a few minutes. It did not see us at first, and it did not hear us because we had the motor off, and I guess he finally saw us because he walked back up the bank into the tree area. As he was walking, we could see him. We could see trees falling. It looked like some type of machinery was going through there, knocking them down. But there was no noise other than the sound of the trees being knocked down. All my husband and I could do was look at each other. I guess because neither one of us could believe what we saw for years. We did not tell anyone because we did not want anyone to think we were crazy. No other witnesses. The time and condition, it was mid-morning, nice warm weather on a sunny day. It was a wooded area and farmland behind the woods that were next to the river. That is a long follow-up. Can we read it?
You don't have to. So my thing is, so after reading all these reports, they've all been the same. It's same type, same description, roughly, and then the same behavior.
Yeah.
Why is it that it's like, so once it gets spotted, it runs away?
Holy shit, dude, there's St. Genevieve on there.
Oh, there you go. Do St. John.
You listening, Bobby?
Did you?
We got one in April 1976 and May of 2000.
Go early. I want to hear an early one.
76.
I said early. Or like
Older or newer?
newer, my bad.
Newer, okay.
Newer.
So early.
2000. It was spring of 2000, May 31st. Location detail was hilly terrain, rural area, sparsely populated area, approximately 7 miles to the nearest populated town. Nearest town was Ozora. Nearest road was State Road N. Observed. Creature crossed small 2-lane paved road in front of the vehicle late afternoon. No other vehicles in area. Low volume road. Creature did not stop, but continued to cross the road and enter wooded area. My father is the witness. He described creature as tall, hairy, different shades of hair, long arms, ape-shaped face with large stride, but almost limping. He did not stop the car as the location of the sighting was on a steep downgrade with a sharp curve at the bottom. No shoulder to pull off the road. Other witnesses, we were visiting my mother's after a family funeral earlier in the day, and my mother sent my dad up to the small mini-mart on an errand. he went alone. Other stories. Yes, my sister reported to me in 78 or 79 of reporting sightings such as an animal on her way to our mother's. This sighting was approximately 6 or 7 miles from today's sighting. It was clear, sunny, hot, humid day. The environment was oak, cedar, pine, heavy bushy area, thickly wooded and hilly area. Small creek running through area approximately 2 miles from local small Catholic church. Houses within half a mile from spotting. Follow-up investigation report by investigator Al Moskowitz. I traveled to Azora, Missouri about a week ago. 6/17/2000 at 1:23 p.m. and interviewed Bob, the gentleman that had the sighting. My notes are attached. His name is Bob. His daughter stayed on the phone with us while I talked to Bob. He didn't know how tall it was. Not very fat. Skinny arms and legs. He stated, I thought maybe it could have been like a laughing hyena's kind of face.
So that'd be kind of elongated?
End report. Laughing hyena?
Like, because a hyena has like that. It's kind of like almost like a snout.
And it's not like as broad as a dog, but
right.
It's
It's elongated.
Could have been a werewolf.
Could have been.
Could have been the Grinch.
I'm going to check out that 78.
Could have been the Grinch.
So in spring of 78, oh, my bad, 76.
76.
Spring of 76, April 10th, St. John, Missouri. At the time, it was called John J.
Jingleheimer Schmidt? Sorry.
Audubon Historical Trail. It was on a county road in the forest. Nearest town is Womack. Nearest road was Highway T. Holy shit.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Maybe on.
While laying down and preparing to go to sleep, we heard footprints coming our way from within the woods. Not knowing what it was, I grabbed a handful of chat from the ground and threw it in the direction of the steps. The creature took a number of steps back into the woods. Then it stopped and started coming back towards us. He went and picked him up some chat.
Is it like Chad?
Chat. That's Scrabble.
It's Scrabble.
Oh, okay.
It was two-legged creature. You could tell it was walking on two legs. At that point, we both got up and ran to the car. We then drove back and forth, returning to gather what we could off of the ground, and we left the area. At this point, we drove back to the highway and to a roadside park where we spent the rest of the night in the car. The next morning, we went back, restarted our fire from the night before. I prepared breakfast, eggs and bacon. After cleaning up the dishes, we began walking the trail, the Mark Twain National Forest. Approximately 1 mile in, we stopped at a spring. I knew about to get a drink and run that back. Approximately 1 mile in, we stopped at a spring I knew, about to get a drink and fill our canteens, and continued down the trail, which followed a creek. After walking another mile or so, I heard a noise coming from our right. I looked to my right, and then I saw it. Up the wooded hill, I saw a reddish, long-haired man type of creature, approximately 7 to 8 foot tall, running through the woods. I was able to see it for around 5 steps before it cleared the top of the hill and disappeared. At this point, I turned to the girl I was with and asked her if she saw it. She said no, but at this point I was ready to go, and she didn't argue with me, and we walked back down the trail to her car, and we left. Why the fuck is she driving? Broke motherfucker. I got no argument from her. She was with me the night before when we heard it outside our camp. I was dating another girl who I eventually married. The girl I was with was not her. I was a junior in high school at the time. Also I noticed what appeared to be a large heel print next to the spring where we filled our canteens. Other witnesses? Yes, there was one. She was in college and was a belly dancer.
So random.
We were walking down the trail. Time and conditions. During the night around 11:30 p.m. and the next morning at approximately 10 a.m., It was clear during the day with few clouds. Environment. The trailhead was next to a creek and a low water bridge on a gravel road. It was a wooded area. Please don't be long. I'm not reading the follow-up.
Okay.
That's way too much.
So I got lost when you said belly dancer. I was just like, what?
When dude went into detail on like what he was dating and all this other shit. Anyway. Any other counties y'all want to hit? St. Francis. That's Farmington. Anyway, St. Louis County. And
Well, we're already at an hour and 4.
yeah, I know. We calling this, or are you convinced that there's a possibility?
Fine. I will say there is a possibility that Bigfoot may be real.
And we got it on film.
Or it's just a skinwalker. And I don't know. The whole thing that throws me still, though, is nobody's caught one. Nobody's, unalived one. So there's no body proof. It's always running away from people, not towards people. Because I'm thinking everything's on, a food chain, right?
Well, maybe he's a vegetarian.
Maybe. Okay. But, you would eventually think it'd get to a point where it would try to...
Well, if you got to think about it like this, though, too. It sees something that looks similar to it with hardly any hair compared to it. It's probably like, what the hell's wrong?
It's got
what
the
is that?
mange.
It's got a disease. Get it away from me.
I mean, you never know.
I don't know.
Honestly.
I will say, though, after seeing that picture, hopefully you can try to get that picture and be like, just so the viewers can see it, because, I don't know, that kind of swayed me.
Well, that was...
Because after looking at the dude's brother and then doing a side-by-side comparison, and, that body was wide.
Yeah.
It was wide and it was tall. But when you look at it and, if you squint, it kind of resembles a person, but like I said, in, full ghillie suit, which could also be fur. So,
We'll make sure to get that image up there on the video.
hopefully. If not, what is the website that you've been going to?
It's called BFRO.net.
Bigfoot Research Organization.
It's the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization.
So,
Pre-Columbian and early American legends of Bigfoot-like beings.
Wow.
They got a lot of stuff on here, dude. That's fucking cool.
So if you're a Bigfoot enthusiast, probably definitely worth a look.
Yeah, I'm bookmarking this motherfucker.
There you go. There you go.
We may have to continue this.
Pretty cool place. Hey,
So-
dude, we're going to have to revisit Bigfoot later on
Bigfoot,
down the line.
That's fine. But anybody that does watch and enjoyed our Bigfoot conversation, if you've had any Bigfoot sightings of your own or any thoughts on Bigfoot, make sure you comment just so we can get some more.
Or if there's any kind of cryptids or conspiracies that you guys would like us to talk about or pull up and read more in depth on, that'd be pretty awesome if y'all could comment that.
Oh, yeah.
I will say that kind of the fact that we did the Bigfoot and it was kind of local made it a little more oh man. Oh boy.
What's out in those woods, buddy? I ain't.
Oh, we're going to have to get some game
I'll
cameras.
say we might
out
have to put
there.
some game cameras out there and see what we can find.
Because we did hear some things run from us that day. I know one time it was deers, but it was a couple times you're.
I don't know.
leaves.
Them woods are kind of creepy out there.
Hmm.
Especially because you got them Indian burial mounds.
Skinwalker.
Eric probably don't want to know what's out there
Not really.
because then he wouldn't want to leave.
Yeah.
But
I'll be leaving every day with daylight hours.
right.
So in the wintertime, it'd be shitty because I'll be showing up at work at 4 o'clock. Why are you here so early? Aliens.
If you knew it was in my woods.
But no, man, this fucking website is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Oh. Are we calling it?
All right.
They got noises.
Noises.
Like audio.
They got Bigfoot noises?
I don't know. Undisputed facts about Bigfoot and Sasquatch mystery. It's a fact that for more than 400 years, people have reported seeing large, hair-covered, man-like animals in the wilderness areas of North America. It is a fact that sightings of these animals continue today. Real or not, these reports are often made by people of unimpeachable character. I mean, you got a fucking decorated veteran.
Yeah.
So, it is a fact.
They've seen some shit.
It is a fact that for over 70 years, people have been finding, photographing, and casting sets of very large human-shaped tracks. Most are discovered by chance in remote areas. These tracks continue to be found to this day. It is a fact that the cultural histories of many Native American and First Nation peoples include stories and beliefs about non-human peoples of the wild. Many of these descriptions bear a striking resemblance to the hairy man-like creatures reported today. These are some of the facts. There is, however, much disagreement as to what these facts mean. To many, these facts taken together suggest the presence of an animal, probably a primate, that exists today in very low population densities. If true, this species, having likely evolved alongside humans, become astonishingly adept at avoiding human contact through a process of natural selection. To others, these same facts point to a cultural phenomenon kept alive today through a combination of the misidentification of known animals, wishful thinking, and the deliberate fabrication of evidence.
All right.
The BFRO and its members take the former view, by the way. It's a pretty cool fucking website, bro. I'm just saying. That's pretty sweet. Anyway.
I like it.
Anyway.
I liked it.
Nice.
Nice. But no, if anybody does have Bigfoot stories that they've had in the past, I want to hear about them.
Doesn't even necessarily have to be Bigfoot. Just something creepy that you heard in the woods that you can't explain. That'd be pretty cool.
I'll tell you, that footprint was huge.
It'll creep us out.
Them crows did it for me. I'm still. Every time I see a bird now, I'm just like, fuck off. Fuck off. I have a new fear of birds. Fuck off. You just be, and I'm like, who are you?
All right, guys. This is Wacky Tidings reminding all of you.
Stay weird.
Stay wonderful.
And stay wacky. Catch you in the next one.
Maybe you'll catch a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.